I just got back from a walk. Been walking more in the mornings. Feels nice. Feels nice. The people that say walking is good for you are right. They're right. And we should just accept it and we should listen to them and do it. You need way less Bitcoin than you think. Way less Bitcoin than you think. Like 0.21 puts you in the top 1% of the world. There's that whole angle on it. But then the other angle on it is it's just Bitcoin's fully different than any other sort of investment or savings. Like Jim Bianco, macro econ guy that I like most, he says we're in a 4, 5, 6% market. Cash is yielding 4, bond market is yielding 5, stock market's yielding 6 on average, right? That's what he thinks with the rate environment and all that stuff. And see how it all comes back to the rate environment. The investment returns that you can make on real estate, on bonds, on stocks, all has to do with the price of fiat money. So that's why constantly harp on the concept of Bitcoin versus fiat money all the time, because it all comes back to that. Like the wealth gap is because of fiat money. The feeling like you have limited options of what to invest in or like being confused about personal finance is because of fiat money. The money, dollars, United States dollars, fiat money are designed to lose value. They're designed to lose value. They structurally do not hold their purchasing power against things you need, against food, against gas, against electricity, against a house, against rent. Like the United States dollar, it's not a political statement, it's just like a factual thing. Like this is people that are good at personal finance or people that are good at investing, they just know that. They just structurally know that. Like Anthony Pompliano says, like asset prices are never going to go down. They are never going to go down because they are never going to stop printing money. They're never going to stop creating more units of dollars, the dollars that we all walk around with. They're never going to stop creating more of those. Whereas stuff, physical things, have a reality, a production cost. That's why the gap, that's why the price of things continues to go up, okay? Bitcoin completely shatters that paradigm and is something fresh and something new. It's a hard asset, it's a growth asset, so it has all the properties of a growth tech stock while also having the ability to circulate as the mainstream money that the entire world uses. And it's been on a growth trajectory doing that and gaining adoption doing that since 2009. So it's no longer this brand new thing. It has years under its belt and it is gaining steam. It has changed my physical reality. Choosing to use Bitcoin as our main savings mechanism, our main savings currency instead of fiat money has changed the trajectory of my life. If I had done my life the same way that my parents did it or the same way that my grandparents did it and continue to save their labor, save the hours that they're spending at their job, pouring it into investments that have to do with the price of fiat money or saving it in fiat money itself, then I would have the same reality that they had. I have a different reality because I switched the base underlying money that I used. You don't need to do more. This is why I say you need less Bitcoin than you think. You don't need to do more. Doing, feeling like it's never enough. That's a symptom of fiat money. You're literally experiencing the devaluation of the money when you feel like you have to keep doing more and more and more and more just to keep up, okay? Bitcoin shatters that paradigm. Bitcoin is a different way of doing money. People that have adopted Bitcoin as their money instead of fiat money are not experiencing that in the same way that you are. They're experiencing something completely different, which is holding money that is not structurally devalued. So all of your doing goes farther, meaning that you can pull back on it. You need less Bitcoin than you think. 0.21 puts you in the top 1% of Bitcoin holders in the world. But whatever amount of Bitcoin that you hold is gaining appreciation as the network value increases. When the network value of the United States dollar, when the whole world starts using the United States dollar, if you're in the United States, you benefit from that in certain ways, but it's very cloudy and you pay for it in other ways also. That's very cloudy and very convoluted. Bitcoin is very straightforward and it works for everyone in every country in the world. So that's why I say Bitcoin is the number one best thing in the world for the individual and the number one best thing in the world for society at the same time. There's nothing else that does that. There's nothing else on the currently available to invest in that makes the individual more wealthy and society more wealthy at the same time at the rate that Bitcoin does. That's why it's just such an asymmetric bet. That's why it's such a, like, there's nothing else that I would like rather be a part of, because it's just so compelling. It's just so compelling. It's been compelling to me since 2015. And there's just nothing else. Like, there's nothing else that so succinctly solves the wealth gap and is so good for the individual participating and society participating. So you need less than you think because of how massive the tailwinds are. You listen on personal finance YouTube, all this stuff, like, what are they just gonna tell you? Save more, save more, save more, or spend less, spend less, spend less, make more, make more, make more, right? It's all about do, right? What if you're tapped out? What if you're on the other end of YouTube, other end of the couch right now, watching on your phone, and you feel tapped out? Hey, totally get it. Been there. So you're tapped out. There's no more, like, I don't need more motivation to spend less. I don't need more motivation to make more, save more. It's not like a hype video. You don't have to do more. You have to structurally choose something to save into that is better for you and better for society, so that you can do less, so that you can rest.